Okay, I believe we're live. I'm going to real quickly look in our group just to make sure that I am in the right spot. Let's see.
Oh, in the right Facebook group.
Yes, we are. Okay,
Oh,
see,
yes.
Lindsey, here we are. We're
We're
in
cute.
we're in the Learn More group. All right. Well, hello, Miss Lindsey.
Hi.
Welcome. Happy
Thanks.
Happy Monday afternoon.
You too.
I'm excited to be here. Oh, hold on. Let me turn my volume down. I didn't mean to do that. I'm excited to be here with you today. We are going to talk about your incredible story, and I'm excited to learn more about you today. Honestly, I feel like I know a lot about you, but at the same time, some of it I haven't heard directly from you. So it's going to be fun to learn more today. For those of you that are joining us, we are streaming into our Learn More About Parkland group via StreamYard. And we're getting very high tech over here. I'm feeling very fancy.
I feel
But
fancy.
the benefit of using StreamYard is those of you that are watching us live, first of all, let us know that you're here. Comment live if you're able to catch the live. If you watch the replay, comment replay that you got to watch us on replay. But there should be a button that you will see that basically allows you, if you will click that button, it will allow StreamYard to share your name when you put any comments in.
I'm turning it down. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're fine. No, you're fine. I did this. My phone did the same thing. So I see that we've got Terry McCollum here live. Hi, Terry. Hi, Holly. Hi, Kia. Okay, see, we're starting to see.
This is fun. Okay. I see. I'm
You
seeing.
see? So if you click the button, then when you comment, we know who's commenting. If you don't click the button, it will just tell us Facebook user, but we'll see your comments. So anyway, we'd love to know what you have to say. And if you have a question or if you want to add something, please share in the comments. But I'm excited to be here with you today, Lindsey. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And you look gorgeous in red, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, so you tell, first of all, give us a little bit of your backstory. Like, tell me a little bit about yourself, your family life, what you've done in the past, that sort of thing.
Okay. I'm married to Max. I have 3 boys. One is now a teenager, and that's a whole different thing. So I live in north of Atlanta in Alpharetta, Johns Creek area. And before I was in direct sales, I worked in the corporate world. And then when I started having kids, I stopped working. I had been dabbling in real estate. I knew I wanted to do something for myself eventually, so I was kind of phasing out. And then all of a sudden I realized I was pregnant, and that kind of stopped a lot of things and slowed things down. And so I always had that kind of interest in sales and working with people. But I took like 10 years off from doing anything until 4 years ago.
Okay. What did you do in the corporate world? I'm just curious. Because I don't know.
I worked for a company called Vanity Fair Intimates, and we made bras and underwear basically. And,
Okay.
we did swimwear, we did all that kind of stuff. So I was kind of in management and then got into the production side of
I
all
thought that was fun.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I want to do this forever. So
Right. And from a scheduling perspective, you just weren't sure how you would do it with kids.
Right. And I just didn't love it enough to want to stick around. Once the babies came, I was like, I can do without that job,
I got it. Okay. So then fast forward, you start having babies, you take time off. And then about 4 years ago, you said you decided to enter this profession or industry, and you joined another company, correct?
Yes. I joined another company that also sold jewelry.
Yeah.
And then eventually they were phasing into bags and clothing and skincare. And I was just like, my brain was kind of hurting because I was really, really in love with mainly the jewelry. So that started to shift for me with my interest as far as that went. And then I did dabble a little into like supplements and like even somebody was selling CBD. I'm like, oh, I'll try to sell that like hair product. I was like, I don't know where I need to land. And I just kept coming back to jewelry.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes.
That's
I was
interesting.
like, ooh, maybe I should do that instead. And then Park Lane came into my life, and I realized that was where I wanted to send my focus.
Gotcha.
So, cool.
It's interesting, and we'll get into that, but I didn't realize that you kind of dabbled in different things. And I think sometimes when you are trying something and maybe it's not working the way you had hoped and wanted and planned for it to work, you kind of start thinking, you kind of start looking at like bright, shiny objects, like, oh, well, maybe I need to be over here doing X, Y, and Z because, they don't have to do this, or, it's just, they say that just the money just comes in and you don't have to do like all the different things that people, you get intrigued and you're like, maybe I should go try that because that's what's really hot right now. Or I'm seeing people going over and dabbling in this. Maybe I need to. So I didn't realize you had done that. That's interesting.
I did. I think it was just trying to figure out maybe if I put my hands in different places that maybe I'll just be fulfilled in some way instead of having like one big pie. I was doing like different pieces and just I was like, gosh, I really want to have income and I really want to enjoy myself, but none of that felt fun. And I was still with the original company. And I just, a lot of people were coming over to Park Lane, and I thought, and I was watching and listening and finally, decided to actually really listen and get all the information.
So when you said you decided to really listen and get the information. So you decided, okay, I've watched some of my friends join Park Lane. I'm intrigued enough that I want to get educated. I'm assuming, did you meet with because you had experience and had leadership experience, so you would qualify for our Director Point program that maybe some aren't aware we have, but we do have a program that is specifically geared towards people like yourself, myself, that have experience in the industry. You met with one of our national directors, I'm assuming?
Yes, I did. I met with Kathy.
Okay, so you met with Kathy, and then you got educated.
Yeah.
You learned about, this is what I always tell people. I'm like, you need to learn about the company the same way I learned about the company. I mean, when I was learning about the company, I didn't have any friends here. I'm just getting all the information and getting educated.
Right.
So that I can then make an educated decision.
Exactly.
Versus a decision being based off of what maybe someone else has told me that, you just want to make sure everything's accurate, right?
Yeah. And I think what held me back as long as it did is because I wasn't really willing to listen to everything yet, because I felt I was scared to change or do something that I had been told things. And then finally, when I was able to really sit down and get the information, I was like, oh my gosh, why have I been waiting? Why have I been holding myself back? And by the way, all the ladies on my team that also really needed a better opportunity. So it just became very clear at that point.
That's awesome. So you decided to jump in, make the switch, and tell me what has been clearly you've realized you obviously love sharing jewelry. Okay. So what is it about, for a moment, now you've shared jewelry with two different companies. What it is about sharing jewelry that you love so much?
I just think that when you genuinely love something and then you share it with other people and then you see how they react to it and they're loving it, it's just like this back and forth effect. Like, I'm not just happy that she's shopping with me. I'm happy that she's so happy. And, and then they're like, oh I got it. My girlfriend really loves my necklace. And it just has become this like ripple effect. And it is unbelievable how much everyone really loves this brand and everything that we have to offer. So it's awesome. That's what's been the most fun for me to watch.
That's awesome. Okay. So then you joined Park Lane, and what would you say your biggest surprise has been since being here, since coming? Because you had experience. So, I look at you, and again, I didn't know you prior to you joining Park Lane, but what I knew about you is you do have experience in our profession, and you had experience selling jewelry. So what has been your biggest surprise here?
Gosh, well, other than the reaction of the customers, it's also just been how many people really want to host and have parties and things like that. The biggest surprise was everybody's reaction, because it was such a quick reaction. It wasn't like a slow build of, gosh, I really need to, now I have to start over kind of thing. It was an immediate boom. Everybody loved it. I think too, I mean, I have to be honest, I'm a human. I really love the fact that in the first like 3 or 4 weeks of being here, I made more money than I did the whole year prior at the other company. So
I did not know that.
that is a true fact. And
Wow.
I didn't realize it till I was comparing my, 1099 or whatever.
Right.
And I mean, I knew because it was just such a whirlwind of success and just fun. And, so that was the big surprise.
Well, and for those that are watching this interview or that may watch it on replay, and that if you haven't had an opportunity to shop Park Lane, you may be like, well, what makes it so different? Why is there such a fast reaction? And tell me if you agree with this. But I just think people are so blown away when you are able to show them how they can purchase 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 items that they are loving at the price that they're able to purchase them at, because of our specials that we offer, because of our 2 and 4 sale, because of our bonus that they can earn when they, spend $90. And then often we have extra promotions on top of that, where you're like, well, your total for your 6 items is going to be $140. But let me also point out, you're saving $280. And they're like, what?
I know, it like blows their mind. I had a customer, she texted me and said, you have a talent for making me want to keep shopping. And I started laughing. I'm like, that's a funny way to put it, but I can't blame myself. It's the programs we have. It's just unbelievable. I mean, you can come in and buy a $200 necklace if you want to, or you can buy 8 items for $200. So
that's exactly right. Yeah, it's up to you. Totally your way. I always try to put myself through like the mindset of what would I be thinking as a customer, because I've always been, I feel like, a very smart shopper. I love sales. I get a high on, being able to save a lot of money when I'm shopping. It's a great sale. It's not to say that I won't ever pay retail for something, but it's just a much more pleasurable experience when I feel like I'm really getting a great bang for my buck. I feel like I'm being smart with my money that I've worked hard for. And it's like a lesson I'm teaching my kids, right?
Right.
And so I know that, when I go out into the world to shop wherever I shop for whatever I need to shop for, I go back more often to the places that I know I'm getting a really great value. Mm-hmm. And I think that is why we have customers that have such a wonderful experience. Number one, they want to share the experience with their friends by hosting, but then they come back often, way more, they come back more often and faster than if they shopped with you and supported you, but really spent a little bit more than they wanted, really felt like they were paying a little bit more than they should. And then they waited for a long time before they come back to shop again. Like that, I'm guilty of walking into a store and feeling that way. Maybe I bought it. Maybe I spent more than I wanted to, but then I didn't go back there for a really long time.
Right. Yep.
So
I agree with that.
But your words of you earn more in your first 3 to 4, let's just say your first month, you earn more than your first month than you had the previous year. That speaks volumes. So I just want to make sure those that are listening, that are looking for a way to, people come to our business, come into this business for different reasons. As you know, sometimes it is financial for people. Sometimes they are just looking for, something for themselves. Sometimes they just love the jewelry and just want to be, just want to get all the jewelry they can and be a part of our amazing community. Sometimes they come because they want to earn the trips and travel the world. I mean, people join this industry for different reasons, but you're like, I needed to make money and I wanted to make money. And I'm sure you were sold yourself after your first 30 days. If you were questioning before 30 days in, you knew.
Yeah, it was scary to change. It was, and you know that. Shoot. It was scary because you're changing not only, but then, you feel like it's funny because you have all these people that you admire and respect here at Park Lane, and then you have people you love and admire and respect here too at this other place. But you have to think about what's best for you and your family and what your needs are, whether it's to be a part of a community, which is what my why was initially. I had a surgery that had me like recovering, taking too long. And I was just not my happy, normal self. And someone said, oh, you'd be great at this. And I thought, well, I need something because I'm not in a good place right now. But now that I've seen that you can actually have income, listen, I got 3 colleges, I got 3 braces, I've got,
sports for these 3 boys. Yeah.
I mean, shoes alone, it's a mortgage. So I really do have a financial thing. And it's like, now I've shifted from, I'll just dabble in it, to I'm working this because I need to generate income. And I really feel like what we have here is special, and you actually can make money, and they actually do recognize you if you have experience. And, you're not going to start off entry level. And, if you have that experience, and you can really just out the gate completely meet your goals.
Right. So when you joined Park Lane, you came in with matching the experience you had at your previous company. So at what level?
Division leader.
You're a division. Mm-hmm. So you're earning 45% of everything you sell.
Yes.
No matter how much you sell.
Correct.
45%. I mean, that's
right.
Incredible.
I like it. My husband likes it. Yeah. You're like, oh, leave mom alone. She has a party tonight. Normally before, I don't think they really understood or really. Anyway, now they are like, okay, I love that you work here, mommy,
And then you work from home. And let's talk about that for a moment. So when did you start?
November, like late November last year.
So during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So you clearly launched your business online, virtually. Yeah. And you've run your business virtually, mm-hmm. I'm assuming the whole time.
100%.
Yes. 100%. Yeah.
Well, since I've been at Park Lane, yes.
Since you've been at Park Lane, right. Mm-hmm. And prior to that, when you sold jewelry, did you do in person before?
I did a lot of that. And it was a lot of time away that you don't notice until you're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, I love this so much. My kids sometimes walk in during parties and I don't care because it's life. And it still has that personal touch. You feel like you're in the same room as people. And it's working for me. So
I'm so glad. And okay, so let me just look at my notes for a moment. All right. So will you share for a moment, what impact has this business made in your life, either from a financial perspective or, personal perspective? I mean, what do you feel that this is at? What do you feel that's added to your life?
It has added a confidence in myself, because when you start to not be successful and you're working hard and you're getting nowhere, then you start to look at yourself. Like, that's how I do even with my children. If somebody gets a bad grade, I'm like, well, I didn't study long enough with the math test, whatever. I blame myself on things. And I started to realize since I've been here that it's not me, it's what we have to work with here at Park Lane. And it's just given me that confidence back in myself that, the confidence to also like ask questions and to get your, you said get educated on the company. I felt like I couldn't even ask questions or I didn't really feel like I knew what was going on. And now I feel like I know everything that's going on. I feel like I'm making smart decisions. So that goes all back to my confidence again, just like I'm actually working my business and I'm taking care of my family. And that has been, every time I put a set of braces on, I'm like, well, mom, I did that for you. So
I have been there, done that. I mean, I have 3 kids also, as you know, for those that are watching, before we started this, I was like, Lindsey, remind me 2 or 3 kids. Cause I was thinking 3, but I was like, maybe I'm wrong. She had 3 boys. And I'm like, 3 boys. Cause I have 2 boys. and I'm like, girl, she deserves I'm going to give you one of my Park Lane trophies.
I would like one.
Over to you because
I'll take it.
A mother of 3 boys. Woo! They crazy. Keep us on our toes.
They 100% do, but they are the cutest because they're the proudest.
Oh, they are.
And they always talk about it. So
I will tell you, my middle one was the one that was always, he would have teacher, because when I started in this business, my kids were like 3, maybe 4, 5, and 8, I think 4, 5, and 8. And my middle one was the one that bragged the most. And he would have teachers, like elementary school teachers, would text me and be like, "Okay, just so you know, Drew came to school today and said, that you're blah, blah, whatever he was saying." And I mean, the others were really proud of me as well. My daughter prides herself on the number of followers her mother has because she's into social media. I'm like, that does not determine, your worth in this world. By the way, let's have a conversation about that. But that's what she brags on her mom about.
Right.
Whereas
how different they are.
Yeah, how different they are. Yeah, my middle one, I would come home from shows when he was little, and he was like, "How much did you sell, Mom? How much closer are we to that next?" The kids, they absorb so much. It's so awesome to see how they can learn. So, quick question, and I didn't put this as my, thought things that we could talk about, but I'm curious. When you first started, let's just talk Park Lane. When you first started Park Lane, like, what was kind of your short-term goal in the beginning? Did you have like, I want to earn X amount? Were you like, I want to earn a trip? Were you like, did you have kind of something in your head?
I was like, let me just see if this even works. Let me see what all the fuss is about. Everybody was talking how wonderful it was. I just really wanted to get in there, sink my heels in, and just see what would happen, and just hope that I could be somewhat successful in my first couple of parties. And then it was like, oh, I can actually earn all these things too. And then the doors just opened, and now I'm like, I want all these things,
So that leads me to, do you have like, and I don't know, I haven't asked you, but do you have kind of like a bigger, like, what's kind of like I think long-term goals change. Like, as you kind of start hitting some of those long-term goals, you're like, and now I need to up it. If I can do that, what could I do next? But do you have a long-term goal in your head?
I would love to promote, I think, what is it? Senior division?
Yeah.
Yes. And so I've just been really focusing on my business and supporting my team as it's growing. And I know that that's going to be happening. I would like for that to happen in this fall season. Mm-hmm. Yes, because I know that opens up a lot more opportunity for income as well. And that just means there's more people on my team that I can work with every day. And they inspire me too. We all just work together, just all of us, so.
Would you be comfortable sharing? I don't know, because I haven't asked you this either. Like, kind of on average, what you're earning right now monthly. Are you comfortable sharing that?
You know what? I really wish I knew that whole number, but I feel like I've earned anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 a month.
$2,000 to $4,000 a month.
Yeah. So it just depends. And I honestly don't know what I just earned this last month, but it was my biggest month ever in my career as in this industry. It was
in August.
In August.
What is typically kind of a slow retail month, and we're told it's slow in our profession. Although I've been at Park Lane now, this is my 4th August, I think, 4th August, and it's been our best month for the last 4 August, like, of the year. And we would always do more in the fall, but August has been incredible months here since I started.
I can't believe it.
And it's a test, because we just went through it, to the specials and the promotions that the company offers, starting with what our customers get to take advantage of, and then what our hosts get to take advantage of, and then what we get to take advantage of. And they all work together and just creates this beautiful magic. So anyway, okay, let me see if there's anything else that I didn't ask you that I wanted to. Oh, and since you've been here, let's just talk about the feathers in your Park Lane cap. What are the things you've earned? I know you've earned trips.
I have earned a trip to Key West.
Yes.
We will be in Key West together.
Yes, in February.
Mercedes car program.
Qualified for the Mercedes car program. Yes.
That was awesome. I think my husband was the most proud of that one. Let's see. I was counting this up. I wrote this down. I thought this might not sound amazing to everybody else, but I have had 37 online Facebook parties this year, just since January. So I don't know, I probably have had well over 45 total. But if I compare myself to the past, I mean, that's like almost quadruple what I was doing, and working so hard so much harder because things just weren't working. And it's just, I can keep my business moving here. And so it's like, okay, now I have the next party ready to go. The next party. So I'm working. That sounds like a ton, but it doesn't feel like a ton. It's so doable. We can just do so many more things here. And that is just what has blown me away. So for me, that was a huge thing to see. Oh my gosh, I've had that many parties, you know?
I want to do the math. Let me see. Hold on. My calculator is right. Oh, my calculator's on my desk here. Hold on. 37. We just finished our 8th month. So 37 divided by 8 is 37 divided by 8. That's essentially 4.5 parties a month. So you're essentially doing a party a week, probably a few extra little things in your VIP group, I would assume.
Yes.
And you're earning $2,000 to $4,000 a month, Lindsey.
Right.
I mean,
parties are 45 minutes long, and
from your house, from your office, or wherever you do your parties. It might be the laundry room or your bedroom, you know, wherever you've got your nook where you do it. I mean, that is incredible. So huge congrats to you. I'm so excited for you. And I know this about you. I encourage you to set your sights on that senior division promotion, because I absolutely know that you can do it. And we have, most of our senior divisions here are earning 6 figures.
That would be great.
And I know that that's possible for you way sooner than you think. So I'm just so proud of you. Nothing would make me happier than to help you be able to, you know, have the things. And I keep shouting this from the rooftops, but I'll share it here as well. My mission is to help women earn significant income, flexibly from home, when they choose to work and are able to work around their busy lives, because I know that income gets redistributed to all the important things that really matter in their lives. I know you are not hoarding that income. I know that income is going to the things that you just mentioned. It's going to boys' braces. It's going to camps. It's going to sports. It's going to tutoring. Maybe it's going to opportunities and adventures that your family gets to participate in. You may have, causes in your community that you want to participate in or be able to support. I mean, I feel that is empowerment at its best. And in the world that we are in right now, with all that's going on around us, I love that we have this little piece of joy that, call it a distraction if you wish on some days, but we owe it to ourselves and to our families to keep our headspace and our mindset in a place of hope and belief, and that everything's going to be okay, and that we are going to keep moving forward, even if at the moment things look a little different and feel a little different. I think our families need that from us, and I love, and I'm so grateful that Park Lane has been that for me the last year and a half, and I know it's been that for so many others. So anyway,
yes, that's right.
Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you, and I'm excited for you. I appreciate you giving me your time today. And I look forward to watching you accomplish everything you want with the remainder of the year and in the future.
Thank you so much for everything that you do for us, Tish.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Lindsey. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, let me